Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, starring the entire Nelson family, Ozzie, Harriet, David, and Ricky. Here is Ozzie, who plays the part of Ozzie Nelson. And, of course, his lovely wife, Harriet, as Harriet Nelson. The older of the Nelson boys, David, appears as David Nelson. And his younger brother, Ricky, played by Ricky Nelson.
I don't know.
Is this Alaska?
Heck no. It's a long way yet.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Where have you been?
I made a couple of extra stops.
Did you get the donuts?
Oh, yeah, I left them in the car. I'll get them.
No, I'll get them.
Hey, look out.
They're in a bag in the back seat.
Okay.
Get down.
I thought you said they were on the back seat.
Well, they were. I'm sure I left them there.
Why didn't you get a dozen donuts?
Oh. Well, I did. I ate one.
You must have eaten 4. Either that or my arithmetic's bad. There are only 8 in there.
I only ate one. In fact, that's the reason I put them on the back seat. So I wouldn't be tempted. Wait a second. What have we got here?
Hi.
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 How did you kids get in there?
We're running away from home.
She's my sister. We're going to Alaska.
Well, don't you think your mommy and daddy are going to be worried about you?
I don't think so. Daddy's playing golf, and Mama thinks we're taking a nap.
Oh, well, Alaska's a long way from here. Don't you think you ought to have something to eat first?
Well, I think you should. I bet you haven't anything to eat since you left home.
Well, we have donuts.
I was beginning to figure that out.
We'll pay for them.
Oh, no, that's okay. Well, you can have some ice cream, too, if you want to come in the house. How about it?
Oh, sure.
What do you think about it?
I like ice cream better than anything.
We'll come in.
Oh, okay.
This is very good ice cream.
That's delicious. This is delicious.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, thank you. My name is Mr. Nelson, and this is Mrs. Nelson. I don't believe you told me what your name is.
My name's Donnie. She's my sister.
Oh, well, what's your name?
Katie.
Katie. What's your last name, Donnie?
Just call me Donnie. That's all right.
Pardon me. Harriet?
So your name is Katie. I'll bet you don't know where you live.
Uh-huh.
Where?
At my house.
Well, I bet you don't know the address.
I'm not supposed to tell.
Go ahead, finish your ice cream. Pardon us just a second. What do you think we ought to do?
Well, we've got to find out something about them so we can notify their parents.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
Say, maybe if we called the bakery where you bought the donuts, they'd know something about them. That must have been where they got in the car.
Well, maybe, but I made a couple of other stops.
Where?
Well, I stopped off at the drugstore and had a banana split.
On top of the donut?
Oh, well, I don't know whether it was on top of the donut or beneath it.
Well, then they got in the car either at the bakery or the drugstore.
Yeah, or else that little candy shop on 3rd Street.
You didn't.
Well, you know, they make that wonderful homemade fudge.
Where'd you go next, the Pizza Palace or the hospital?
Oh, I know. I stopped off at the bowling alley. Yeah, I knew Doc and Darby were there, so I just stopped by to say hello. I was only there long enough to have a beer.
A beer?
Yeah, well, root beer, the low-calorie stuff. I wouldn't get anything, but Doc insisted.
Oh, I believe you.
It doesn't help us much. They could have gotten in the car most any place. Darn kids.
What have we done now, Pop?
Not you. Your father brought home a couple of stowaways.
A couple of what?
Well, this little boy and girl hid in the back of my car. They're running away from home.
Well, why don't you phone their parents to come and get him?
Well, we'd like to, but the kids won't tell us where they live.
They won't even tell us their last name.
Where'd they get into the car?
Oh, we don't know. Your father made so many stops. It was somewhere between the donut, the banana split, the homemade fudge, and the beer.
This is root beer, low calorie.
Where are the kids now?
They're in the kitchen having ice cream.
Thanks for the ice cream.
Thanks for the ice cream.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's okay.
We better get going.
We're going to Alaska.
Oh, well, don't be in such a hurry. I want you to meet Ricky first. Ricky, this is Don, and this is Katie.
Hi.
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 Are you running away too?
Oh, no, I live here. Well, my brother and I ran away once, but we came right back again. We got to thinking how much we'd miss our mother and our father, and our house and our toys and all our friends.
Well, we're not going back. Come on, Kate.
Oh, wait, just a minute. Do you like peanuts?
Yeah.
Well, I've got some peanuts in the living room. Come on in there with me.
You're not going to let them run away, are you, Pop?
No, of course not. Just thought maybe I'd take a look in their suitcase, see if they've got their name on their clothes or something.
What clothes?
You see anything with a name on it?
Mickey Mantle.
Well, I guess the only thing we can do is phone the police station.
You mean you're going to turn them over to the cops?
Well, no, not exactly, but it's the only way I know of to contact their parents.
Huh? Okay.
Well, I know what you're thinking. It's not true. I'm not a squealer. Harriet, where are the kids?
Oh, they're in the den with Ricky.
Oh, well, everything's solved, at least for us. I phoned the police station, and they suggested I take the kids over there. They said that the parents are bound to call sooner or later.
Oh, but nobody's called yet, huh?
No, not yet.
What are you going to tell the kids?
Why, what do you mean?
Well, obviously, they trust us. You can't just say to them, hey, kids, we're turning you over to the police.
Oh. Well, why don't you tell them? You have that wonderful knack of putting things diplomatically, so nobody's feelings are hurt.
Well, thank you, dear. Hey, Donnie, Katie, would you come in here, please? Mr. Nelson has something to tell you.
Yes, sir? Yes, sir?
Oh, well, look, I've just been thinking of something. You don't want to get into trouble with the police, do you?
Heck no.
I want to get arrested.
Well, that's what I figured. So, I just remembered you'll have to get a runaway permit.
What's that?
Well, that's a permit that makes it legal for you to run away. It's sort of like a driver's license.
Where do you get one?
Well, down at the police station. If you want me to, I'll drive you down there.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Nelson. It sure is nice of you to help us.
Oh, well, okay, come on, let's get going.
Look, Sergeant, I am a taxpayer and I demand my rights.
Charlie, I am sorry, but I am not going to lock you up. Now, you go on home and apologize to your wife.
But this is unconstitutional.
My name is Nelson. I was the one who phoned to you about the little boy and the little girl.
Oh, yes, they're the ones who are running away.
Yes, they came down to get their runaway permit.
Runaway permit?
Yes, I explained to them that they need a runaway permit to make it legal for them to run away.
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I don't think I have one right here. Oh, Pete, get me a runaway permit, will you?
A what?
A runaway permit. These children want to run away from home.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll look around and see if I can find one.
Good. Now then, young man, I'm going to need some information for this permit. What's your name?
Donnie?
Donnie. And your last name?
Just call me Donnie and call her Katie.
Katie. Do you know your father's name?
Sure I do.
Oh, that's wonderful. What is it?
Daddy.
Yes, of course. Father's name, Daddy. And your mama's name?
Mama.
Sure. Hey, Mike, why don't you take these children next door and buy each one of them an ice cream cone?
Oh,
Sure,
that's
come on.
fine. Here we are. Go ahead, Donnie.
Tough customers.
Yeah.
Did you get any information out of them?
Well, no more than you did.
Well, let me see. You told me over the phone that they got in your car somewhere between the bakery and the pool hall.
No, the bowling alley. I stopped off and had a beer there.
A beer?
Just one.
Root beer.
A root beer.
Oh!
Here's the R&I report on Nelson. No record on him here.
Just a routine check.
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess we'll be going. I don't want to be here when the kids get back.
They'll be all right here, won't they?
Oh, sure. Don't worry. We handle these things all the time. The chances are their parents will be calling in a few minutes and the kids will be on their way home.
Oh, good. Well, thank you very much.
And thank you for bringing them in.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey, Sarge, I looked all over the place. I can't find any runaway permits.
They sure were nice kids.
Yeah, they sure were.
I wonder why they're running away.
Well, who knows? You know, kids.
I hope they'll be all right down at the police station.
Oh, sure. The police handle things like this every day in the week.
Maybe we should have asked if we could bring them back here. That is just until their parents phone.
Oh, I wouldn't want to take that responsibility, Harriet. The police know how to handle it.
Hey, Pop, the police just called.
What for?
Well, the kids have disappeared. They can't find them anyplace.
Well, that's a fine thing.
I knew we should have brought them home.
You did, Mom.
I drank too much milk. And I had cookie.
Yeah, well, now tell me, how did you kids get away?
Don't tell him. We may have to do it again.
You're not going to take them back to the police station, are you, Pop?
No, we called them, and they said it was all right for them to stay here for the time being.
You're awful nice, and we'd like to stay here if we didn't want to run away.
Well, gee, you'll have more fun here than running away.
Doing what?
Doing what?
Oh, playing the guitar and singing. Would you like to hear Rick sing a song?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me sing a song first, Rick. Here's a beautiful old song. Mid pleasures and palaces, no matter where we roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only girl that I adore. When the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door.
Ah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That was great.
Well, we better get going.
Oh, how would you kids like to play with some toys?
Yeah, what kind?
Oh, we've got a lot of them up in the attic. I think Rick's old electric trains are up there.
I've got electric trains.
How about an airplane?
I've got a lot of those.
Well, how about a bike?
A real two-wheeler?
Yeah, would you like to see it?
Sure would.
Well, come on, let's go.
Hello, is this Sergeant Thompson? Oh, this is Mrs. Nelson. Have you heard anything yet? Oh, well, don't worry about the kids. We're taking good care of them. Well, will you call us the minute you hear anything? Oh, thank you. Bye.
Here we are. How do you like this?
Oh, boy, a real two-wheeler.
It's a little rusty.
That doesn't matter. Can I try it?
Well, there's not much room up here. I always used to knock things over.
Is this your bike, Ricky?
Yeah, Mom and Pop gave it to me.
How do you like it?
Oh, boy, it's a beauty.
I tell you what I'll do. I'll make a little deal with you. If you'll tell me what your name and address is, you can have the bike.
You mean to keep for my very own?
For your very own. You just tell me what your name and address is.
Donnie Losby, 1011 North Kenmore.
1011 North Kenmore. Thanks a lot.
Oh, Donnie, you told him.
Yes, I've got it. Thank you very much.
Harriet, I found out what Donnie's last name is.
Oh, so did I. It's Donnie Losby, 1011 North Kenmore Avenue.
How did you find that out?
The sergeant just called me from the police station. The children's father showed up. He's on his way over.
Oh, that's good. I gave Donnie Ricky's old bike so he'd tell me his name and address.
Come on out and watch me ride, Mr. Nelson.
Okay, Donnie, I'll be right there.
Now I won't have to run away from home anymore.
Well, what do you mean?
Because I've got a bike. That's the reason I ran away, because my father wouldn't let me have one.
Oh?
He said I was too small. Come on out and watch me ride.
Oh, you go ahead. I'll be out in a little while.
Boy, what are you going to do now?
I don't know.
Well, obviously his father didn't want him to have a bike, and now you've given him one.
I didn't know his father didn't want him to have a bike.
Oh, I know it's not your fault, but what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Well, you have to get the bike back.
I just gave it to him. I can't go out there and take it away from the poor little guy.
Well, you'll think of something. After all, you thought of the runaway permit.
You know, for a guy who likes to make people happy, I sure wind up being the villain.
Never mind, dear. I still love you.
Well, I'll figure out something.
Doesn't he ride good?
Oh, yeah, he rides just fine. Donnie.
Hi, Mr. Nelson.
Could you come over here for a minute, please?
This sure is a swell bike.
It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, well, not exactly. It's just that it does have a certain sentimental value.
What does that mean?
Well, see, it was Ricky's first bike, and now that he's grown up, Well, sometimes you like to keep things to kind of remember what he was like when it was his first bike.
Well, what does that mean?
I think it means he wants the bike back.
No, I don't want the bike back exactly. It's just that, well, I never should have given it to you in the first place.
But you did.
Well, yes, I know I did, but I shouldn't have.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, it's just that I've made a mistake. I didn't realize Donnie was too old for that bike.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. After all, you're a big boy. You have a lot of responsibility. You're on your own, taking care of your little sister. You need a more grown-up bike.
You mean with handbrakes, gear shift, and searchlight and everything?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you have one of those?
Well, no, I haven't. So, I think maybe I'd better take this one in the house.
Why doesn't anybody want me to have a bike?
I don't know.
Well, hello there.
Nelson, I'm Mr. Losby.
Yes, we've been expecting you. The children are out in the backyard playing. This is Mrs. Nelson.
How do you do?
Hello.
Sit down.
Thank you. Boy, we sure were worried about those kids.
Well, I can imagine.
Of course, I've got nobody but myself to blame for this whole thing. You see, Donnie wanted a bicycle, and, well, I told him he couldn't have one.
Well, yeah, I know. As a matter of fact, I got myself into a little situation. See, I didn't know you didn't want him to have a bike, so I gave him one that used to belong to Ricky.
He's our younger son.
Gee, you shouldn't have taken the bike away from your own boy just to give it to Donnie.
No, he's 18 now.
See, then when I found out you didn't want him to have one, I took it back from him. Because it's none of my business, Mr. Losby, but if you'd allow Donnie to have a bike, I'd be glad to let him have Ricky's.
Well, that's very generous of you, Mr. Nelson, but Donnie has a bike. He just doesn't know about it. You see, his birthday is next week, and, well, I said he couldn't have one just so I can surprise him.
Oh, gee, that's great.
But I don't think I'll wait until his birthday. I'll tell him now.
Oh, boy, wait till he hears that.
What'd you say it was?
Both the kids are out in the backyard. Come on. Donnie, Katie, look who's here. Donnie, Katie. It's funny, they were here a minute ago.
Donnie? Katie?
Katie? Don?
Well, we searched the whole neighborhood, but we just couldn't find them.
Why'd you let them get out of here in the first place?
We didn't let them out. They broke out. That is, they tricked us. Ellie took them next door to buy them some ice cream, and they gave him the slip.
Well, the point is, where are they now?
Well, we'll just get out in all points bulletin. 12th precinct. Oh, hello, Mrs. Nelson. Say, I'm sorry we haven't found them yet. Oh?
Tell her not to worry.
Oh, she isn't worried. She's located them.
Well, she's located.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Nelson.
Where are they?
They're safe and sound over at your house, Mr. Losby.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, thanks a lot, Sergeant. And thanks to you, Mr. Nelson.
Can I drive you home?
No, thanks. Please don't. I'll take a cab. You've done enough already.
Oh, Mr. Nelson, I wanted to talk to you. Say, I spoke to the chief, and we're going to have some of them printed up.
Some of what?
Why, those runaway permits. He thinks it's a great idea.
Oh. Boy, I'm sure glad that's over. Next time I go downtown and park my car, remind me to look in the back seat and make sure I don't have any stowaways.
I will. I don't think I can stand another day like this myself.
Imagine those little rascals running away from here and going home.
You know why they went home?
No, why?
Because you're an Indian giver.
What are you talking about?
That's what they told their mother. They said their father was bad enough because he wouldn't let them have a bike, but that you were worse because you gave them a bike and then you took it away.
Well, I'm sure little Donnie isn't mad at me anymore. By now, he's probably got his new bike and he's delighted with it. Somebody's at the back door. Oh, Harriet, look who's here. Well, come on in. It's nice to see you again.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Well, how about that bike?
It's too small, huh?
Oh, too small.
Well, this is a bike I bought Donnie for his birthday, only he doesn't like it.
Well, like you said, Mr. Nelson, it's too small for me.
Oh, I said?
Well, didn't you?
Oh, well, yes, I guess I did.
Maybe you've changed your mind, huh, Mr. Nelson?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now that I've seen the bike, I think it's just perfect.
Oh, yes, Donnie, it's just perfect.
Well, it's the same size as Ricky's.
Well, yeah, but you can ride it. In fact, I could ride it. Look, I'll show you with Ricky's bike. Come on outside. Come on, folks. This is perfect. Ricky's bike's the same as yours, and even I can ride it. It's a speedy bike.
Oh, are you hurt, dear?
I'm all right.
Never mind. Pop, what about my bike?
It's all right.
Gee, that's my first bike. Had a lot of sentimental value. Guess you just don't love me anymore.
You kidding?
Well, so long, everybody.
Well, where are you going?
You'll find out.
I know, down the police station and get a runaway permit.